Yo.
Yo, what's up?
What's up,
Happy
bro?
Friday.
Happy Friday. What's going on, man?
I'm just vibing, getting ready for a good extra long weekend and ready to chill.
Ready to do the old Duck the Glock podcast?
Yes, sir. Duck.
I'm Glock. That's Duck. And this is Duck the Glock.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sirree. Ree. Oh, shit, bro. It's been a busy week. And for anybody that might or might not have been wondering, we definitely missed last week. Pretty much all my fault. But we're going to try to stay on track. You know, we're doing our best. We both have busy schedules and both have stuff going on, so. But it has been a very busy week, bro. Been a lot of shit going on. Just, quick rundown, like, things off the top of my head. Debt trial, Fortnite update, new season.
Big Fortnite update.
Huge Fortnite update. Well, new season.
Huge.
New Obi-Wan episode. First episode of Miss Marvel. I think that's about it. Actually, it's like really big stuff, probably. But that's, the Fortnite thing alone, we talked about this before, but that's probably, like a whole fucking section just in and of itself, so.
Yeah, it was a pretty massive update. They really went in hard with the paint on that update. Which I know a lot of people were excited about the Tier 100 item. Obviously, that one's like, or at least for me too, especially. I feel like that one was probably the coolest addition to the whole.
The Tier 100. Oh, Darth Vader?
Okay. Hell yeah, brother.
Oh, yeah,
Darth Vader.
We were both excited about that when we found out the Obi-Wan one's going to be in. Makes sense. So, the entire storyline is just Obi-Wan and Anakin's beef, basically. So, yeah, I'm definitely excited to get the old Darth out there. Did you see the rumor that they were talking about Darth's lightsaber, Vader's lightsaber, as an epic item? You put it in the notes. Did you see that?
Yeah, because they used it in one of the videos. They actually showed him like throw it or chuck it or whatever.
That'd be sick.
It would be cool, but I still wish that they'd use it as like an actual
harvester
pickaxe.
Yeah, I said that before. I think it's
yeah.
weird that they won't put the lightsaber harvesters in there, especially with how many Jedi and Sith they have in the game now. Like, it seems like it's about that time to like just make them.
What time you go ahead and get you done?
So, but I wonder what his because I didn't really pay too close attention to the battle pass actually on his page, but I wonder what his harvester tool is supposed to be for the game. We should look. Well, we'll talk about it next week.
He does have it. It's like some weird ass oh, it's like a black scepter, and like the part where he hits with is just the emblem for the Empire. It's kind of a shitty one, honestly.
Yeah, that's always like weird to me. Is like it just doesn't. As cool as the skins are, it doesn't make any sense for them to put things like random objects. Like the Obi-Wan one is his knife that he was using like when he was working at the little like butcher place. So like it's an item from the show, and he uses it in the show, but it's just like the obvious answer would be to make him have a lightsaber, right? He's a fucking Jedi. So it's just a little weird. Wow. But it's definitely, I'm excited for the new skin. And we might as well just hop into this first. The Fortnite shit is huge. New season, obviously. So we got a new battle pass, a lot of new skins, new items. The bonus rewards. Can't see too much of them yet, but they're usually just recolors.
It will be interesting to see for the bonus awards
what else
where they're gonna go with for if they're gonna do anything else additionally for Darth Vader. I think that's the one thing that I got pumped for, because like the rest of the skins, like some of them are honestly, like, but some of them are pretty good. Some of them actually they did pretty cool. Like they're just more unique in a sense, but If they do something cool with like Darth Vader, either if they do like an Anakin skin, or like one without his helmet on or something. I don't know what they would do, right? But I'm just saying, like, if they actually took the effort into giving us another Darth Vader skin in the bonus, that'd be pretty lit.
That'd be sick. If they did an Anakin skin, it'd be sick. Like, I don't know, or maybe like a Darth Vader skin. Nah, because it wouldn't make sense to do it without all of his, like, the black outfit, because it's like basically part of his like legs and arms because they got cut off by Obi. So I don't know. We'll see what they do, but it would be dope to have Anakin skin though too, for sure. I'm pretty sure it's just gonna be recolors. That's usually what the bonus rewards are, but it'd be dope to see something different. And then
We never know because they don't have like they only have one like really unique skin.
yeah,
Which I guess they did last time too, but I mean they also had like 4 different recolors for
that's what I'm saying. All they did for Doctor Strange was
for
give a bunch
him.
of colors that don't even make sense, like purple and gold and white and shit. Didn't even make sense really.
Yeah, but they're not even doing that this time at all. Like because you could see the first page already,
It is
and it doesn't
recolors.
have all of them though. Yeah, but like it had like every single one of them for the other ones. This one it doesn't
No, it
because
was.
they had like 5 or 6 different colors.
Oh, maybe yeah.
Because there
I
was
don't
the
know. We'll see what
purple.
they do.
I don't know. I'd say that would be that in my opinion would be cool to see what they do. They already have a sick escalator with the what ship is it called? I can't remember the ship's called, but they already have a pretty sick glider for him. So I can't imagine them doing another glider for his
Was that a TIE
battle
fighter?
pass or something. No. That one
This
came
one
out
with the
differently. This
gull
is
wings?
yeah. It's more like it's a stormtrooper transport thing, but I can't remember the actual official term for it. But honestly, I think I just can't see them doing another one because they already are doing that one.
Yeah.
Personally,
I mean, I agree. Honestly, I don't really think they're gonna do anything crazy. It would just be nice if they did a. It'd be nice if they did an Anakin skin, though. Honestly,
I think
so,
Anakin would be cooler than another Vader,
Yeah.
but I still think a Vader would be pretty fresh.
for sure. So
I'm
what
gonna be
about
like, "Yep."
Indiana Jones too? You know, he's coming. What was it like a month before they release him?
Yeah, it's quite a while. They're definitely taking their time on that shit. Which I kind of get why though, because like they don't want people to boost out real quick, get everything done, right?
Yeah.
They want to get as much time played in with these people, or not with these people, but like within the game in order to earn everything. So you don't just do it, grind it out in like 2 weeks, and then you're like, okay, cool, I'm gonna take a break, and the next Butt Pass comes out. But yeah, I think
That
it's like
does
a
make
month.
sense,
It's a whole ass month, I think.
Yeah, I think it was 29 days when we looked at it. So I mean that skin looks really good too. Like that
The
skin
detail of it
looks
is clean.
really good.
And his facial expression shit,
Harrison
like they
Ford
did pretty,
looks, yeah,
pretty dope.
they did him very well for the Indiana Jones skin at least.
And then his back bling, I personally fucking think is hilarious with the little golden tomato,
Yeah.
because the whole reference of
Yeah.
all the tomato fucking town and shit, or maybe it's a cheeseburger. It's one of the
You
two.
know what would be funny though is if they put Harrison Ford in also in one of the bonus awards as
Solo, that'd be
Han
dope.
Solo. That'd be sick, bro. Have Harrison
That'd be
Ford
fucking
in
dope. But
twice.
then they'd
That's
have to
gonna be
bring
ridiculous.
Chewie eventually, which I would love too.
I mean, they might as well. They got what's his name?
That'd be dope. That'd be fucking. I don't think they will though. At this point, I think they're only gonna do stuff that's in relevance
That's
to
new.
what's
Yeah,
coming out.
maybe. But
Because
I'm-
like they didn't at Darth Vader until Obi-Wan, the Obi-Wan show came in. So
yeah.
kind of feel like they wouldn't do that shit. And then also like, I mean, like I could. There's quite a bit in this battle pass that I really like because I don't know if you've checked the emotes actually and shit too. So they have the Imperial March for the Darth Vader emote. So he's the fucking good old original Darth Vader theme
Yeah.
song and shit, whatever.
Dun, dun,
It's honestly a cool
dun,
fucking
dun,
emote because you can
dun.
also it's also traversable. So like you can fucking walk around
Oh,
with it
yeah,
and just
like the dance.
imagine you just like a Congo line over someone's body right after dying with that shit or something. Like you just killed like a whole squad and just
Oh
Congo
shit!
line that shit.
That actually would be some pretty cool clips to do some shit like that. We'll do that when we unlock it. We'll try to get some cool clips out of that.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun
emote
as fuck,
skin.
but it'll be fresh. But then like back to the Indiana Jones too though, like because he also has a separate page, right? Like he has a hidden page or whatever they want to call it.
Yeah.
I think we were talking about this the other day too. It would be interesting to see what they're doing with that. Like, are they gonna go into another style for Indy, or are they gonna give him like, I don't even know what they would do honestly. Like, I have a hard time thinking because you don't really have many characters from Indiana Jones that are iconic other than him himself.
Yeah, not really.
So unless they were just to do like something cheap and literally just take another like character that's within one of the other ones. Although one thing that would be pretty cool
If they
is
did Han
the
Solo as his second skin.
well, that would be pretty cool, but I don't think they'll do that. That would be pretty fucking
With a
dope.
little
Because it'd be
monkey.
like a Harrison Ford less than an Indiana Jones thing. That'd be hilarious. No, but if they did like with the fucking skulls, the alien skulls,
Yeah.
if they made a skin out of that
Made a
and
skin
made
out
it
of
like
the
the whole
skull.
body, that'd be pretty fucking
That would
fresh.
be-
Like the crystal skulls.
That'd be funny.
That'd be.
That'd be funny personally.
I would look clean as fuck too, honestly, because it'd just be like a clear crystal fucking. I would respect the shit out of that one, honestly.
Yeah.
But with you said the Tie Fighters actually. The one thing they did out with the Tie Fighters is the I don't know what they call it, but you know when you're like falling and you have the trail behind you.
Yeah.
It has the little Tie Fighters that follow you. It's like 3 miniature Tie Fighters that fall with you as you're
I
falling.
actually didn't even know that. That's part of the Darth Vader's one.
Yeah, it's on the 10th page.
His
You pull it up.
trail.
Yeah, it's like well
Oh,
anybody gets it, but
shit.
yes,
I
the
didn't
trail
even
is
see
little
that. I didn't even
Tie
see that.
Fighters that follow you shit, and that shit. And they did good. Like they added the audio to it too, so
Oh,
it
that's
makes it
sick.
sound like they're flying
Like,
around.
that's dope. I'm excited to check that out for sure.
Even
there's-
speaking like
ahead.
cosmetically though, even out of the Darth Vader thing, I know you were talking about the one dude that's on the first page of the bonus.
Oh yeah, the I can't remember his name, but his reskin is dope. It's like it looks
Stormfare,
like it's
right?
all the Stormfare. This is like the ninja. I can't remember what they named it, but he looks like a fucking ninja, and it's pretty dope. It's a dope skin.
I was like blacked out and everything.
And you know,
It's
I like those
clean.
dark skins, like especially when we get in like more competitive matches. Like the dark skins are clutch.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't know. I don't care too much for it, but I mean, it looks badass. But like, I could care less if my skin is easily visible or if it's fucking dark. I don't care. But and then I'm gonna save this guy for last just because I think he's a cool concept. But I'm gonna kind of dive in a few more things if you don't mind. So the one other thing that like I kind of like is they did pretty good with the gliders in this battle pass personally. So we already talked about like the
Spider-Man
Star Wars
one.
ship. Well, it's not really Spider-Man one, but we put it on the Spider-Man suit and it looks
'Cause it looks good
badass.
with the
It
Spider-Man
looks so
suit, yeah.
fucking badass. Yeah. But I don't even know what they called it, but it's like a glider that has little wings that shoot out from it and everything, and you
Yeah.
wear it as like a back bling style kind of glider.
Yeah.
And that shit looks so fucking clean on a Spider-Man outfit. It'd probably be really cool on most of the superhero
Even the
skins.
one for the chick with the lance, the chick with the big ass fucking lance. That
Yes,
shit looks
she's
pretty
got the
dope. It's got like the fucking like spider leg type looking.
yeah.
I don't
she
even know
looks
what the fuck
trippy,
it is,
but it looks
dope.
clean as fuck. No.
Yeah, it looks dope for sure.
And it looks like they have a few like different designs for it too, like color models.
There
So it'd be
is.
kind of cool if they have like
There
an all
is.
blackout one or something.
Because
too,
I already
that I think
unlocked
is
the
out.
more colorful one that I was using yesterday. It's like a
shit.
lighter colors on the one I already unlocked. From
Yeah,
the-
but
I think the next page.
They're pretty good cosmetically at this one though, even outside of obviously getting the fucking
The
dope Darth
big
Vader
ones.
skins
Yeah.
and Indiana Jones obviously. Like they did pretty good with like some of the creativity on some of these gliders and skins, and even like the Sabina skin. She's got some pretty clean recolors, honestly.
Yeah.
In my opinion, at least, I think they did pretty good with their recolors.
And if you have the what's it called too, the what's it called, the Fortnite membership thing, you pay like $4 a month. You get the cool like mech
Nashtag
bear
not
shit.
sponsored.
Yeah, like the mecha bear though is actually pretty dope.
Yeah,
He's
the
actually
Mecha
pretty
Bear is pretty
I don't
clean.
I'm not gonna pay the $12 a month because even though it's probably technically worth it, it's just like the skins aren't cool enough to be like I'm guaranteed to get like a dope ass skin every season. They're not ugly skins to me. They're just like skins that I would just
Yeah,
I would get if they were like in the battle pass or whatever, but I would never like purchase those skins. You know what I mean?
it's kind of like some of the skins you see in battle passes, honestly.
Yeah, that's what
Like
I'm
you could be
saying,
like,
yeah.
I might play like once or twice, but I'm never gonna like favor that shit, and I'm most certainly
Most of-
not gonna just sit there and play it game after game.
Most of the skins in the battle pass are like that actually.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying though.
Most
That's
of
kind of
them.
how the Fortnite pass shit works. That's
Yeah.
the multi pass.
And then
Um,
the other big thing is like the map changes.
well,
the
one more thing on the
guns.
battle pass that's kind of dope though is the buildable guy. I always
Oh, I
want to
forgot about
call
him.
him
I don't remember what
the
he's called.
Lego guy. That's
Snap.
always what I want to call
The
him.
Snap, right?
Yeah.
Snap,
Yeah,
something, whatever
Snap,
the fuck he
dude.
is.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
like
I got the cool. We got all the pieces now, right? I think that we can get right now.
first week one, yeah, or the first 2 weeks or whatever. Yeah.
But I have mine set up with like the red like trash can type head with the horns, and then the red arms, and then the camo pants. Dude, he actually looks pretty dope. And then I put the Among Us. Oh, the other thing too is the Among Us thing right now with Epic Game Store.
Oh, you did. You got it.
Yeah, but the Among Us backpack on him and red, and
Ah, that shit's
he
hilarious.
actually looks pretty dope.
He's
I'm not
running
gonna lie.
around.
He actually looks pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie.
So the concept of the character for anybody who actually doesn't play is he's literally like a build your own kind of character. So you can like you collect these badges around the map and they unlock like body parts for him to be edited in certain ways.
Yeah.
So I think originally they released like 8 or 9 heads, 8 or 9 different kinds of arms, and then like
Yeah, a couple
one or
legs.
two leg suits, and then I think just a generic bodysuit for the first time, right?
Hmm. Yeah, you can't do the
And so, but it's
torso.
cool because that's why I call it like the Lego guy. But I guess the Snap kind of makes the same concept because he
Yeah.
literally replaceable and shit.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of cool like Fortnite references from previous seasons
Yeah.
within that skin too.
Yeah.
Because one of the heads you could do is actually a tomato head, which is pretty
Yeah,
clean. If you
and the
like,
toothbrush one too. It's pretty dope.
I don't know the reference for the toothbrush one.
It's
It
a
was
reference
just
to
somebody
back
being a
when they had
meme.
toothbrushes in their mouth when they were younger. They used to brush their teeth a lot, and then as they got older, they stopped because they were just playing too much Fortnite. So then
And they were
what
like,
they,
"Oh yeah, I forgot about this.
so it was like,
Hey,
oh,
we should
dude,
we
if
should
we
put this
add
in
it
our
to the
game, bro."
skin, we'll remember to brush our teeth. And that's basically what
Yo,
happened.
that's fucked. That head is actually like
It's actually
partially
dope.
creepy as shit, but
Yeah,
also
yeah,
cool as
because
fuck.
it's a
Like it's
little
clean.
weird
Like
ass little thing, but it's dope though. It's clean.
that's pretty clean. It's a good one. But yeah, I think like other than obviously Darth Vader, that I think that skin's just because the concept behind it is pretty fucking
And
good.
the customizability of it. You know?
And it's just a fucking regular skin. You don't have to buy anything extra. You just have to go and do the missions and
Yeah.
throughout the season, which is pretty like the missions aren't even really missions. It's just go fucking collect like 3 little badges at each site and it gives you like
Yeah,
one piece,
yeah, it's
one body
basically
part.
just Darth Vader, Indiana Jones, and that Snap guy, just because he's so customizable. He's a pretty simple character, honestly, but it's cool that he's customizable like that for sure.
The manipulation with him is pretty cool. And I have to say I think the gliders are better than any of the other skins, honestly. Like in some seasons you get like real shit gliders. Like I feel like I mean it helps that Darth Vader's fucking stormtrooper carrier is part of it, but they did good
Yeah.
I think with the gliders. I like all of them honestly.
Yeah,
And I think that my bias towards the one that I used for the Spider-Man back, I think that one boosted that one. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have cared for it as much if it didn't go so perfectly well with the Spider-Man skins we just got.
yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I'm chilling with the battle pass though. I just wanted to bring him up because I think that concept's pretty lit too though. So
Yeah. And the other
we can
thing is definitely going to be at least the major things would be the changes that came with the new season. So the
Yeah.
map obviously has some pretty major changes to it. You got the rave cave thing, which is used to be the like the at least
IO
in the
quarters,
last
right?
season it was like the IO command center. Now it's like it has like a roller coaster and it's playing like a concert the whole time and like a bunch of dope little areas in it.
Because they brought ballers back
The
that you can
ballers
actually
for the roller
ride on the
coaster,
roller coaster too,
know.
which is
then-
actually like pretty dope. Because when you're in the
Yeah.
ballers, they also have like a fucking DJ party going on inside that shit, and the music's pretty fresh too.
Yeah. If you're into
But,
that kind of thing. Then they added the reality tree, which is
A new concept,
it's
which is pretty cool.
it's interesting. It's not anything crazy, but it's it's something new and it's refreshing just to have new shit on the map. So I definitely fuck with it. I like how they did in the what's it called? Grease? Is it Greasy? There's
Yeah,
they
where they
s-
kinda made
where it
stuff
went further
floated.
down, where they made it look like all the shit that was coming from the other areas pushed like the shit on that part of the map like up and like
And they
destroyed
were like
buildings and shit.
massive mushrooms or whatever,
That's what I'm
apparently,
saying.
that like
Yeah,
grew.
like the
And so
mushrooms
they
like pushed all the buildings.
some
up
of the
and
buildings
broke
are
'em.
literally on top of a mushroom and shit, which
Yeah.
is pretty clean.
I like the slurp. The bounce mushrooms are convenient when you're landing in those areas. Just as something a quick way.
Well,
You
just,
literally
like,
just bounce
looting
on it and
easy.
you get some shields.
And
Mobility is
looting
dope with
easier
those
too.
Yeah,
Yeah, being able
mobility.
to grab shit quicker.
Yeah, the trees, the sapling, reality sapling trees, or whatever the fuck they're called. They're an interesting concept. We both already got them up to like legendary or mythic, I think. So
Might
we're
have been
already
mythic today.
already pulling out like guaranteed gold weapons and shit. But
See, I'm curious what mythic is supposed to be though.
yeah, I don't know. Mine
'Cause if you
mine
already have
upgraded
legendary,
after-
like-
no, mine upgraded. After you did yours, we played the next game. I got my tree again, and it went up to mythic.
No, but I'm saying like I'm curious to what the actual loot's gonna be because like legendary, we were already getting the best shotguns, the best five. Like if Mythic is just gonna be the actual typical mythical guns they have in the game right now, I would rather have
I
legendary.
would rather have legendary true.
Like
Yeah.
I don't want the fucking silenced pistol, even though it's okay. Like it's ass long distance. The only mythical gun that I think we could both agree on would be that fucking sniper,
Yeah, the sniper's dope.
the plunger sniper,
It
or whatever
might
you want
be.
to fucking call it.
Yeah, it might be that. That would be dope.
But I
though.
mean, like
That's a
you don't
good
want
gun.
3 of those. So what are you gonna do? Just
Yeah.
grab one and then waste the other 2?
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I'm just curious. Or it would be cool if the concept was you could like select a legendary item off of it. That would be pretty fresh. Like instead of
That would be
it
sick,
being a
but I
mythical
highly
item, like
doubt
you
they'll do
actually
that.
get to select what legendary item you
They
get
do it
out
like
of
a
it.
like a kind of like a store or some shit.
Bro, just imagine we'd just be getting the AUG every game now. The
Oh,
legendary
definitely.
AUG every
Oh,
game, bro.
definitely.
Oh, go like games mode.
But yeah, I mean, definitely the map changes are they're refreshing. It's just something new to experience. I
What's cool?
honestly, huh?
I kind of like the culture shift that they did with the map changes too, because like last season it was all like battling the bad guys, the IOs coming over to take over and everything, and
It's
then
like
now
the
it's
vibes.
it's like, oh, we won. Now they're literally just like partying and
Partying
like
and
fucking
vibing
living
out,
life and
yeah.
shit. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
literally the title of the season is Vibin', isn't it?
I think it is
Pretty
actually,
sure the
yeah.
season title is actually called Vibin'. Like they truly were like, all right, we just got through a war or whatever, and now we're gonna just chill. And they just made it like a massive. Well, it's not like half the map is like a party, but
Yeah, the
I think
other
like,
half is still just war.
well, not really. Well, not really. It's just stereotypical map. Like
Well,
anywhere where there was IO influence, I should say, is where they redid the map in like a concept
you-
with the party
And
atmosphere.
if you talk to because there's still like some like stranded IO guards. Did you see any of those and talk to them?
I did
There's
not know
one
that,
that's in
actually.
between Logjam and that place that we always land.
Shifty? Oh, no, not Shifty. So to the right of it,
Yeah,
down to Tomato Town.
you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, but there's one out there like in the northern part that if you walk up to him, you talk to him, he's like, I guess I'm just a guard. He's like, IO's gone, so I guess I'm just a regular guard now. Like they make like a reference to, like he just got
Corny
stranded
reference,
there.
but
Yeah, but it's just something kind of funny that they left a few of them on the map just that you can interact with, and you can't actually do anything with them. They just say that like cheesy line, but it's kind of funny. But it's definitely dope. It's refreshing. I like being able to play a little. We actually haven't even played that much, to be honest with you. I'm only
Maybe
like
I'm
level
wrong.
45.
Maybe
So,
I'm wrong, but now I think about it, did they remove tanks entirely? They did, didn't they,
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
IO
Yeah,
departure?
there's no tanks. Yeah.
I'm kind of glad about that. That shit was
Me
getting
too.
annoying, honestly. That was like,
To be honest with you, I would
I felt like
actually,
it was like a dumbed down version of the game for people.
to me, in my opinion, the tanks are actually easier to fight than the battle buses because the battle buses move so fast, and you can have two
Yeah.
guns on top. Not
And
Canada's
if
too.
you're concentrating fire for the tank too, and you take out the guy up top,
Dude,
then all you gotta do is just blow out the driver, and they're pretty easy to
It's
dodge the
so
shots. You're not
easy.
wrong about that. But like if someone's third partying in a tank though, like you generally the tank will win that
yeah.
whole fucking fight. That's where it's like ass, and it's like, oh, congratulations, you just drove up a fucking tank and blew up, 2 squads that were already in like combat.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah,
just thought
don't
about that. I was like, I don't think I've seen one yet. But
know.
no, we haven't
there's no
really played
tanks.
that much,
There's no tanks,
honestly.
no. Yeah, I'm only level 45. I think last time we'd been playing for a few days, and I was like, by this time I probably would have been getting close to 100. But we were playing for like hours a day.
I'm sure once Don gets back too, or once he
Yeah.
at least has his PlayStation hooked
Yeah.
up when he moves, we'll probably be running somewhere with him too, which will help because we don't really like to run the duels.
The new guns are interesting. I would say the hammer AR. You know what's funny is I've seen some streamers playing with it today, and they were like, "Oh, it's so good! It's so good! You just don't full auto it. You just tap it." And I'm like,
At that point, usually,
That's- my point is, yeah. So either you could just use the AUG and then you're more accurate long range because you actually scope in, or if the point is that you want full auto close range, then SMG is tremendously better because the fire rate's way faster. And if you hit headshots, it still does like what 50 damage, 58 damage with the SMG.
the AUG. Oh,
No,
for
no,
the
no.
SMGs.
With the headshots.
Yeah, yeah.
well, 50.
SMGs roll up like at least
But it's
40
on
something,
the
high
headshot.
40s
But I
on
mean,
even
like,
like Ray.
But they shoot fast as fuck, and they're way more accurate than that
Yeah.
shit. I'm like, I don't see any. In my opinion, the hammer assault rifle is just ass. To be honest with you, the new shotgun. I know you hate it. I will say I actually kind of like it, but
The more I've used it, I feel like as long as you're running like a blue up, you're fine.
yeah. And you
Like
gotta
the
hit those
green
headshots.
and the gray don't do enough damage. You literally have to reload before you get a kill.
Yeah,
even if you're rolling up headshots.
Yeah, you gotta hit those headshots, and you do definitely need a blue one. But
But
if
I also
you
like
have
the
a
one
blue
pump
one,
shot though. That's all I'm saying.
yeah, you like the pump. I will use the. You already know me. I run AR SMG shotgun every game. But so I was using the double a lot lately, but then now I've been picking up the auto a lot from the sapling trees. I don't know why that's like the most common one to drop, I guess. But and so I still think like the auto is the best shotgun, definitely right now. The pump hits a little bit harder, but it's so slow compared to the auto. It's so fucking slow.
Yeah, if you don't hit your headshot, you're gonna
Yeah,
have
if
to
you don't hit
switch
the headshot,
guns.
it's so
Yeah.
fucking slow. So like the auto is still, in my opinion,
That's
the
why I
best.
just hit every headshot though.
Yeah, sure you do. And then so and then the DMR is
Dog shit.
a strong opinion. It is absolutely dog shit. It is a horrible gun. It's inaccurate as fuck. You were spectating me yesterday when we were fighting like the sweats, and
Yeah,
bro, I was in on my screen. Okay, I don't know how bad the bullet drop off is on this gun, or what the fuck is going on. But these guys are basically just standing still, or just barely moving left or right. You see me hitting my shots with other guns all the time. I can hit my shots, but with this gun, I'm aiming like right at their fucking head, like this, and the shit is just like, you know, like they're just. I'm like, bro,
Yeah, it's like the
who am
pistols
I
are literally
aiming at
more
right now?
accurate at
Yo,
a range.
literally the SMG. I
The
could just
revolvers and
tap the
shit.
SMG and I probably would have killed those guys faster than with the DMR. Like it is horrible.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm
when
not
it-
too. I'm not
like,
fond of it at all.
If you have a blue one or better and you do hit the headshot, it hurts. Like it does, I think over 100 damage. But it is so inaccurate, it's not even funny. And if for a gun that's scoped in is supposed to be a DMR, the whole point of a DMR is that it's an accurate
accuracy.
rifle.
Man,
The whole point is like a step down from a sniper rifle as far as like accuracy and range. That's like literally the whole point of a DMR in IRL. And the fact that it is so dog shit, accuracy wise, it is so annoying that they keep putting like one of my dailies today is get a headshot with the DMR. I'll do it, it'll happen, but I'm gonna have to force it. Like with an AUG, I could play with an AUG, bro, and I'm just dropping people all day long with headshots. Like it's not. I don't understand why the DMR is so bad. Like they're like, oh, well, it's too powerful, so we have to make it fucking less accurate. Like it doesn't make any sense. If anything, if you're going about, like off of realism,
Better
which I realize
balance.
that it's Fortnite, is that you would make it stronger because it would be stronger than an AUG, and it
plus
would be
that's
more
an-
accurate because it'd be more accurate than an AUG.
plus it's kind of a meme argument, anyways, on like Fortnite's behalf if they're really trying to, because you look at all those fucking sniper rifles, like the Barrett
Oh, they're dog
style and shit.
They're dog
You
shit.
literally can't one-shot somebody
Yeah, they're
with
dog
any
shit.
of those if they have full shields, full heals.
Yeah, they're dog
So
shit.
why would you say like I don't even like I agree like the DMR, I get that the fire rate's quicker, but even still, like if the damage is like 80, then the accuracy should be pretty close because you still got to hit 3 shots to down somebody if they're
Dude,
full
a
HP.
body shot with the DMR is only
And if
45.
someone's sitting there for you to get 3 shots off on them, then you're probably shouldn't be playing Fortnite anyways. 'Cause no matter how fast DMR is, 3 shots that far away, like it's pretty easy to avoid those shots, or at least half of them.
Especially because it's a horrible gun. Like it is not accurate at all. You were literally
That's what I'm
watching me
saying. That
through an
to
entire
increase the
fight.
accuracy, I don't think the damage would need to be nerfed. Is all
Bro, how
I'm
many
saying.
times did I reload my gun in that fight? And I hit maybe like literally not exaggerating 3 or 4
It
shots
was
that
like at
whole
least 3 or
time.
4 times.
And I was
Yeah.
aiming at them. I'm not horrible
Shit was
at
bad.
aiming. I'm good at mouse and keyboard enough that I hit my shots. Yes, I lose fights. Everyone does. But bro, there's no way you're gonna tell me that I can down people all day. Like
And
this
I
with an
literally
AUG.
said, check that boy's body for an AUG, and you turn around, grab the AUG, and then you were literally just lasering people. Like, yeah, the DMR is just dog
DMR
shit, bro.
is
It was the exact same distance or range from
Yeah, exact
point
same.
A to
It was
point
literally
B.
next
You
to me.
literally
The
switched to
AUG was next
AUG,
to
and you
me.
were hitting repetitive shots.
Yeah, I was like missing, aiming right at him. I switched to the AUG, ding, 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 ding. As he's running to the left, I hit him as he's running too.
Yeah, because they
I'm
were
like,
actually running that time
bro,
because of that.
the,
point, not shooting.
the DMR is so bad it made me want to slam my fucking not my controller, my mouse on the fucking desk because it's so bad. And we would have won that. We ended up losing that fight because I got sniped by one of those guys. But bro, we would have won that hands down if I just would have had the AUG in the beginning because I was just.
I was the game I
lasering the
did
kids
from
with the
Storm,
big
right?
one.
Because we were doing challenges that
we were
too,
doing
which
challenges.
also made it worse.
It was
Because
me and Wide
you were
Bottom.
going in there with 2 people already against 3 of them. So
Yeah. But yeah. So as far as
yeah,
the guns,
would not recommend the DMR.
AR, not good. But I wouldn't say garbage. It's just not good. It's like the LMG with a way smaller mag, basically. Um, Shotgun, I'd put it like B tier because it's not actually horrible. It's not even bad. It's just not good. The
I feel
auto's
like
still
it's
better.
there's two like days. It's your play style you might prefer it over, but then also depending on the rarity. If it's a
True.
purple or gold,
True,
you're
true,
gonna
true,
pick
true.
that gun up over definitely the pump
True.
and most likely the auto.
True.
Because it's actually good when it's purple gold because it actually the
Yeah.
two shot thing
And
works.
it two shots people. At
That's the
purple,
same, but like
if
a
you hit the
yellow or
double
green
headshot,
or
it
white or
downs them.
green,
It
a white or
downs them.
green, you're like okay, let me reload, and then you
That's
do
a
it
fair
again, and you're
point.
still like struggling to hit
That's
them.
the
But
difference. Okay, so that's actually a really good point. With the shotgun, if it's a good rarity, you're gonna pick it up over other shotguns that have a lower rarity. The DMR, it literally there was a gold DMR on the ground and a green AUG, and I picked up the green AUG. That's how bad the DMR is. I
yeah,
left the gold
exactly.
one on the ground. Actually, there was another game where I already had a gold DMR because I couldn't find one, and we killed some people. I killed them with the SMG shotgun because the DMR is dog shit. And then I picked up one of their green AUGs and dropped my gold AUG. That's happened twice. I mean, my gold DMR. That's happened twice. Twice where I
Yeah, I
picked a
don't
green AUG over a gold DMR. They are dog shit.
never
They're
want to touch the
horrible.
DMR. I get if I don't want to.
And the AR, the only time I pick up the AR if it's the first gun I see. If I see an SMG and then I see the AR, I won't even pick up the AR. I'll just run the SMG until
I
I
was gonna
get
say if
another
I
gun.
don't have an SMG and I already have another AR, I will pick it up as like an SMG, because point blank that shit does spread.
It's so slow
Like it
though.
beats.
The fire rate is so
Oh,
slow.
okay, it's definitely a lot slower than SMG.
Anybody,
Yes.
but anybody with
If
good
I
movement,
don't have an SMG, I want to pick that up over a Ranger or an AUG. Is all I'm saying.
yeah, maybe. Probably not me. But the main thing is, if anybody that has decent movement, because the fire rate is so slow, just like with the LMG,
Yeah.
the reason why the LMG wasn't very good,
That's right.
anybody with good movement can you basically like matrix the fucking bullets of that gun. Like it's not even exaggerating. Like you can just bounce around and crouch spam and jump so much that you can barely hit shots. Like I'm sure Shroud could probably fucking destroy somebody's fucking face with that shit, but we're
A
not
lot
that
of people
fucking
could, depending
good.
on who you're playing against too, though. Yeah.
True, yeah. But like if I'm playing against a
Right.
total bot that's just standing in one spot shooting at me and I'm shooting at them, of course I'm gonna fucking destroy him with that gun. But I could probably destroy him with a DMR at that point if they're standing in one literal spot 20 feet away from me. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, apparently the DMR point blank works. You don't gotta.
no,
EDS.
because I
We
did
both
that
got it
too.
down.
That
I
one,
did too.
that one
The game after, or maybe 2 games after, whatever. When we were at the lake or whatever, bro, I got one of the guys doing the same shit because he jumped up on us and I just switched my gun on accident and
Yeah.
just.
I did the same thing in the house, and dude,
That's
it was like a
really
panic switch because I ran out of ammo and I went up instead of to my shotgun, and I fucking pulled out the DMR and I just jumped and no scoped and hit him in the head and I was like, oh boy, I'm glad that bullet hit because this gun fucking sucks. I had like 25 health. It was like
There's like
100% luck, but it worked. So I was like, fuck it.
There's a DMR. There's a warning label in the DMR. Do not use in far distance.
Yeah, I used it.
Is that close range
This is
weapon within
emergency
10
weapon
meters?
only. Emergency hip fires only. Like, 'cause,
Duck-
bro, that
the
that gun is
DMR,
dog
not the
shit.
Glock.
Yeah, duck the
Yeah, duck
DMR,
the-
exactly. All in all, though, I'm fucking with the update. I'm excited to keep playing and level up, get through the battle pass. New skins that are going to be dropping with the rest of the battle pass, the bonus rewards.
Curious to see if
Indiana
any more
Jones are-
Obi-Wan skins are going to be influenced, but I'm kind of doubting
Doubt
it
it.
because we're already down to only 2 more seasons.
I kind of
But I am curious if they're going to do something with Miss Marvel because that came up. But before we continue on, I do want
almost
to jump back
guarantee
a
she's
second real
coming.
quick. For Fortnite,
I can almost
the
guarantee you
one-
Miss Marvel's coming.
the one thing and I've heard this from other people too, is like it's not just my opinion. The one thing I am disappointed with this battle pass is I wish they would have done something in the map in regards to Star Wars. Whether it be like, fucking Mos Eisley or something, or I don't know. Just would have been cool to see something Star Wars related on the map with the fact that they did bring in Obi-Wan because of his TV series.
What I would say to argue that is, this is just my opinion. Last season, there was nothing to do with Doctor Strange.
I know. I'm not saying they have
And
to.
then
No, I
they
get
had
that,
the
but-
whole Star Wars theme for like 2 weeks where the stormtroopers were on the map and you get the lightsabers
Yeah, but that was
and
that's kind of stupid.
but it was a whole thing for Star Wars just because
I know.
Obi-Wan was
Well, Star Wars
releasing.
was a
And then,
massive. But...
I don't know.
No, that wasn't because Obi-Wan was releasing. That was May the 4th.
May the 4th, yeah, but still. May the 4th event, so they did a Star Wars event, then the Obi-Wan release, they put his skin, then they put
I'm
the
not
Darth
like
Vader in
I'm not
the
saying like the
Battle
whole thing. I'm like saying you literally have a desert and you have a jungle. You could literally put, like in the jungle, you could do something in reference to the Ewok village or something, or in the desert you could do something in reference to literally where Obi-Wan is right now on fucking Tatooine.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, there's plenty of ways you could have capitalized on that and still made it like useful. So
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't super surprised about that because they didn't do anything with Doctor Strange, and if we're being completely honest, Doctor Strange was way bigger than Obi-Wan is, like popularity wise. Trust me. Yeah, you can
Like,
make that face all
definitely.
you want, but trust me.
it's a cap.
No, what you think the viewership of Obi-Wan is as high as Doctor Strange?
Yeah, I
No,
would say
you are
so.
a crackhead. What? Not even
I would
close.
definitely say so.
One, it's a TV show, so that already
Considering
bumps it
Doctor
down.
Strange
No, no, no,
only
no.
took them
That's already
less
bumps.
than a month to put on Disney Plus, just proves that they are obviously were already seeing a reduction of ticket sales. So they wanted to push it out into Disney Plus to get money off of viewers on that.
They did that with every
Most
movie.
movies in movie theaters stay for months before they
No,
go
all
on
the
to
Marvel
their
movies lately
providers.
they've been doing that with. They did it with Black Widow. They did it with Shang-Chi. They did it with fucking.
All those movies also probably do the same thing because a lot.
I'm
Like,
just.
I'm just
that,
saying.
that they released that saying that they were going to do that from now on with all the movies because some of the actors are mad. Fucking what's her name? Scarlett Johansson sued them over it. That they put it on Disney Plus so fast because she doesn't get a cut out of Disney Plus viewership, but she gets it out of ticket sales from the movie theater. It was the whole thing.
Do none of that.
Yeah, it was the whole thing.
I don't know. I would still say like I would
I don't
put
think I highly disagree, but we can agree to disagree. I don't think Obi-Wan
I
viewership
wonder
is
if there's
going
a
to be
place to say this.
anywhere near Doctor Strange. Do you understand how many Marvel fans there are that don't give a fuck about Star Wars at all? That don't give a one single fuck about Star Wars? There's plenty.
But you could say the same thing. There's a lot of people who hate superhero movies in general. I know plenty of people who literally don't watch any superhero movies because they think they're cheesy as shit.
But generally, those are also the people that don't really care for Star Wars type movies either. If we're gonna be completely honest, anybody
I
I
don't
know
know
that thinks
because
that
superhero
sci-fi is
movies are.
garbage also thinks superhero movies are garbage.
I mean, superhero movies are like a false it's a
Tread
false
lightly.
concept of reality. Whereas sci-fi, you automatically know it's completely science fiction. That's literally why it's called sci-fi. It's science fiction. Superheroes are like a false reality. And that's why people fucking, I think, like, trust me, I know plenty of people who will watch like Star Trek and Star Wars and Lord of the Rings and shit like that, but literally don't watch superhero movies because they think the
Yeah.
concept of superhero movies is just cheesy.
I don't know if we could even figure out the exact numbers in a quick
I
time
already looked it up,
frame.
but then there's nothing here.
I think that, in my opinion, it's not even close. Like, there's no way as many people are watching Obi-Wan as there
Obi-Wan
is.
Kenobi did break Disney Plus viewership records with its premiere episode.
That
The
doesn't
franchise
really-
has been riding high with Star Wars Celebration going down last week in Anaheim. That actually surprises me that it beat The Mandalorian, but
Not for
They don't
me. I
actually
think
say numbers,
Mandalorian was
but
kind
it
of like
does
a
say.
like gateway back into Star Wars.
I think your mic's muted. I'm not getting anything through.
Yo,
Or it's my end, but
yo, yo, yo,
I don't know. I can't hear anything. You might have to
Yo.
check the. Oh, I can hear you now.
yo.
I think it was my end. I think it was just my end. My bad. Because the indicator was still rolling off.
I mean, it grossed
Um,
250 million at the box office in the first
Well,
weekend.
money is like impossible to evaluate it
Yeah.
because you're comparing Disney Plus like apples to apples.
It
kinda.
had 3 million viewers on the fourth day. 3 million on the fourth day. So
It doesn't. Everything I'm looking for Obi-Wan, it just says how many episodes. It's not asking actually
I don't know
show.
if you know, but that's a fucking ton in 4 days. That is a lot of people.
4
to watch that
days?
movie. In 4 days, 3 million people went to the movies to watch it in 4 days. Not turned on Disney Plus in their living room and played.
That's
it
what
on
I'm
the
saying
TV.
though. You said like actually like
I
live
guarantee you, it's still more.
audience.
If 3 million,
There's
people
over
went to-
100 million viewers or subscribers for Disney Plus.
Yeah.
100 million. So you're telling me 3%
Okay, so
of the people didn't watch it?
If-
No, I would tell you
if-
at least 40% of Disney subscribers
okay,
watched it.
so so in that argument, I can maybe retract my statement a little bit, only because Disney Plus has so many subscribers, and there's not that much shit to watch on there. Realistically, in my opinion,
That's my
at
point,
least.
though. That's what I was saying. Though. I
So-
wasn't saying like financially, who knows, because you can't compare it. Because Disney Plus is a subscription, whereas to go to watch Doctor Strange, you literally had to go pay to watch it.
But then I would also counter that and say that as soon as they put Doctor Strange on Disney Plus, anybody that didn't go to the theaters, it probably was watching it on Disney Plus too. So
A
that
lot of people will.
probably give it a massive jump.
But that wasn't the original. That wasn't the original thing. Though.
Anyways, the
The
point
statement
is,
was its popularity on
the point
release.
is
That's what we were
it
saying.
doesn't even really honestly matter that much. This all came talking about the map stuff, but I just don't think that if they weren't gonna do Doctor Strange and like Scarlet Witch map adjustments, and they're not gonna do it for Obi-Wan. Like I just don't see that happening, honestly. In my opinion, I mean I could see how a lot of people would like
Have
that.
had map influences from Marvel because they used to have the Avengers headquarters. They have had.
I mean they have Daily Bugle right now. In
map
there.
exactly.
Spider-Man,
So
yeah.
and they have had map changes for Star Wars. I guess that's my concept too, though. We've seen these happen. So like, what is the defining moment? Like when your tier 100 skin is something related to that, then why not take advantage of that? It's just my concept. I get it. Yeah, I can influence it. They might do something down the road. Maybe when the season ends, maybe they'll have like some reference to it coming into the map because they're probably gonna. I would assume they're gonna change the storyline at some point because I don't think they're gonna keep vibing for 3.5 months. I think they're gonna because you know how Fortnite is. One thing they excel at is the lure of their storyline. They've
Yeah.
done that very excellent through every season that they've created that game. They've always kept an interesting lore in that game.
Yeah. And it's really good with them to the way that they mix all of the skins in with everything and the concerts and just everything that they do, man. It makes
Yes.
them so much fucking money, but it's really well
They
done.
geniuses.
So, yeah.
Very big largeness.
I mean, something else to talk about Obi-Wan then.
I haven't actually watched the
did you-
latest episode.
Oh, you didn't watch it? Oh, I just watched it.
Nope, we're gonna watch it tonight when we get to the hotel. So
Okay. So without talking about that, I'm
we
digging
didn't
the
even talk
show.
about the first 2 episodes, right? Because technically,
we
we
didn't
didn't
talk
miss
about
last
it.
week, so we haven't talked about the first two.
I think the storyline is so far it's good. I think it's interesting. I think it's interesting to see Obi-Wan as like a weak old man. And obviously in the original Star Wars movies, he was old, but he wasn't weak. Like he was a strong Jedi. But seeing him as, and when I say old man, you know what I mean, like older. But like seeing
No,
him
I
as
get what
like
you're
an
saying. I get
older, like very weak Jedi, like he's clearly weak. Like he's not at maximum power. Like he's clearly.
Well, no, I don't think that's what it is, though.
I think
I
that's
don't
what
think
it
it's because he's not because if you look at the way he was when he like in the original saga or series or whatever, he wasn't like that. I think it's more the fact that he lost control of the Force because of his frustration of the fact that Anakin became who he became. And first of all, he thought he killed Anakin, right? They
Yeah.
showed that in the second episode when she's like, "No, he's still alive."
That's what I'm saying. So he was weak before that. He didn't
I
know
don't
that
think it was
Anakin was
he's
alive
weak.
until
I-
the episode 2.
No, I know, but I don't think it was his weak. I think like part of he needed to cloak his Force because obviously
So he
if you look
suppressed
at
it.
anything, they can
Which made him
sense forces.
weaker.
So yeah, so he forcibly did that in order to protect himself. But then also, I think for the sake of like his mentality, like his mental struggle of going through the fact that his own like, this isn't funny, but like his own Padawan literally murdered and killed and got like the entire Jedi Order destroyed.
Okay,
Like that,
so
like as
what
a,
I'll say in reference to that specific comment before we go any further is, I really wish you would have watched the latest episode before we did this. But we'll talk about it more next week, and let's not go too far into that because your mind's gonna change when
Okay.
you see the next episode.
because they're gonna go more into that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so
You can already kind of tell by the pad, like that's the way they're
he's
going.
weak.
So
I'm telling you right now, he's weak. So,
But I'm just saying, like, I get that he's weak.
Physically, his force is weaker than it was before.
it's saying though it's also because of his show. I mean, they showed that in the second one because he was trying to contact Qui-Gon Jinn, right?
Yeah.
In that one, wasn't he? Because he was
Yeah.
like, "Tell me what to do," or
Yeah,
what
when he was
what
in-
is something
when he
with
was
it.
in the hideout, the safe house. Yeah.
Yeah,
But you see
so I
him
mean, like,
using the force and showing that he's much weaker.
yeah, because even when he tried to
like,
catch her
yeah,
when she was falling from
yeah,
the
when
roof,
she
she
was
was
falling.
struggling for that.
Yeah.
And then
so,
when he was actually trying to stop
My-
Vader when they fought in the second
yeah,
one.
so my point is, regardless of whether it's because
Yeah, why
he
he's weak?
suppressed
Yes,
it,
he is
it's that
weaker.
he is
Yes,
definitely
yeah,
like
yeah,
his
yeah,
force strength is much lower than what
We're
it
done.
was
Reduced.
Well, yeah, when he was either younger or older, but he's in like the in between now, where he's really his force is weak. He doesn't have a lot of force strength. Obviously, he's rusty with his lightsaber because when he was fighting Darth Vader was, I mean, he probably could have killed him fairly easily, in my opinion. He just chose not to. When he dragged him through the fire, he could have killed him. Like
Yeah, that was
he didn't
kind of.
because obviously he wants to torture him, but he could have killed him.
I mean, and obviously we all know how the story goes, right? But like, I don't know. I've heard like a lot of controversy of people saying this, but I personally didn't care for that fight scene at all. I thought it was really cheesy, and I thought it didn't make sense.
Why?
Um, because well, first of all, the way they act when he first sees Obi-Wan in the original series or saga, it was already like he was like, "What the fuck are you here?" Like they were surprised to see each other, like they didn't know that they were both alive. But then also I just felt like it was so awkward. Like you just said, Darth Vader could have literally just murdered him instantly. You literally saw him snap. Okay, another thing not to laugh about, but he snapped the kid's neck just for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
Like, why did like he?
He
There's
said,
no
though,
way
he
he would
said
have
it's
just let him
'cause he
get away
wanted
with
to
like that,
torture
in my
him.
opinion.
I do think it's a little weird that they let him get away, but he literally said it's because he wanted to torture him. He wanted to feel his
I
torture.
could get that, but even still, like his force is so fucking strong. You clearly, like the whole part of him becoming Darth Vader
It's
and that
because he's the
transition from the
strongest,
like said to
yeah.
say, his force strength increased insanely. Like that's literally been shown through the fucking
You know what's
comics and
also
all the
funny
storylines.
is that being said is so originally they were saying that Anakin would have been stronger than Darth Sidious, than the Emperor. But what they were saying is because he got burnt up and all that shit, and they couldn't repair him fully. They said even if he lost his limb, Star Wars as a series has shown that they can reattach limbs. They can like literally clone your limb and reattach it. But because his skin was so burned and so much nerve damage, that's what weakened his force, and so he's still weaker than the Emperor. But he would have
Yeah,
been much stronger than the Emperor. But
that is potential that he would have
even
been.
being
Yeah,
weaker than the Emperor, he's still much stronger than anyone else. Like much stronger than anyone else. That being said, is I actually kind of don't want to talk about this too much because I feel like I know too much about what happens
is
in the next
something to spoil
episode.
it.
Yeah, and I know I'm gonna spoil it for you, so I kind of would like to just leave it there and we'll talk about it next week. Hopefully, you can watch the next episode before we do. Our
Yeah, we will. I
podcast
will.
next week.
I'm getting sick of waiting, but honestly, it's like watching it with Juliana. So
Yeah, because you're gay. But
what the fuck? But no, it's a good series. I think before we switch though, just in concept with the first two episodes, anyways, I really like the way they're portraying Leia, like as a child. I think that's pretty fucking good. They did good with that shit. That kind of stubborn, um, and then the fact that she's like a rebel or whatnot and shit. And I think that was, I mean, the chasing scenes are really like cheesy ass shit.
like I really like couldn't duck under something and shit.
Yeah, the little stick or whatever like stopped one of the guys, from the
Yeah.
full-grown man from chasing her. But like the
Oh
actual like
no!
the personality though of her, they did really good with the little girl, like the actress, the girl portraying it. I think they did pretty good connecting that. But we can move on then, and I will I'll definitely
Look
watch
what
the one
Father
this week
just sent.
today. He just sent that to me too.
Uh,
Regret.
those were the words
Uh,
I was looking for.
um. So I actually like one of the things on here is Miss Marvel. So I actually haven't started that series.
I watched it.
I will watch it for the podcast, but me
So I
personally,
can't spoil that either because I did already watch it. But
I have like no hope or like cares to watch it with some of the stuff I've already heard. And you actually
Yeah.
mentioned that yesterday.
I will say, I'll say the same things I mentioned yesterday, but just for the sake of the podcast. Without getting too much into it, in my opinion, it's made for children. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's
That's
like
the vibe I think a lot of people
it
got.
reminds me of a Disney show that we watched as kids. Like that's what it reminds me of. Like just better animations slightly
School
because
Musical.
it's 2022. It has better animations.
Yeah, CGI and shit.
Yeah, and actually, CGI is not even amazing. To be honest, it's kind of actually a little disappointing.
Well,
but
we've
it
seen
is a
they've been
TV
kind
show.
of cheap on
but,
that shit.
Yeah, but I will say
She-Hulk.
that even just the whole vibe of the show is. I tried to go. I had already read some reviews before I watched it, and I still try to go with a positive mindset. And if it weren't for the sake of us doing this podcast and we talk about, especially because we talk about so much like lore stuff and pop culture stuff, honestly, I wouldn't have watched it. I'm gonna tell you that right now. And that being said, is I don't want to dissuade you from watching it because I want you to obviously
No, I'm gonna
be willing to
watch
talk
it,
about
but I'm the
it.
exact same way as you.
But I will say
I have
that I
no
regret
cares to watch
watching
this
it.
side.
I regret, like I
I would
wish
say I wasted 40 minutes of
I
my
wasted
life
45 minutes of my
putting
life.
that
That's
out.
how I feel. And like, it's not that it's bad. Yeah, I don't think that it's
It's
bad.
just it's not enjoyable.
I
It's
just think
not
it's
like
not. It's just not something I want to watch. It's just not. The
I mean
lore
it.
is they fucked up how she got her powers, which I get that it's how she got her powers in the comics books would be pretty hard to explain, and the CGI would be tremendously harder because they would have to do constant CGI if they did it. Like how in the comics her actual body forms out, you know, like and can it's like polymorphous powers. In the show you'll see it, but you can see it in the commercials, but it's just some ancient band
Ring, yeah, or
that
yeah,
she
whatever
got from
bracelet.
her like grandmother or some shit that gives her powers, and it's like, bro, and I don't know. So that they already changed it from the actual story in the comic books. Kamala Khan is like the Marvels are powerful, bro. They're strong. So like I was looking forward to seeing her, and I was so let down by how they did it and the fact how they portrayed her as a character, and then how they made it. It's a show for kids. It's a show for 12-year-old girls. Like, no, I'm not being, a dick or, anything. It's just the vibe I get. If I were to watch that even as a teenager, I'd be like, oh, this is for girls. Like, that's how I would think about it. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just as a
Oh, it's just like the way
grown
they
ass
portray the
man,
story
I'm
and
almost
shit. Yeah.
28-year-old man. I
I don't watch
just,
some kids at fucking
I
high
just
school
don't,
or
I
middle
don't,
school, whatever it is.
I just don't vibe with it. And so,
Yeah,
I will watch all of it. I will try to have some positive outlook on it and be, optimistic about the story and see what Marvel does with it. But I'm just like, as my opinion, I'm going in with it, the mindset that this is a kid's show. So, and anybody listening, like, I don't want to spoil everything that happens or anything like that, but I do want to just put that in your head that if you're gonna watch it, if you don't have a serious interest in watching it, what I would do is wait till reviews come out. New Rockstars is a channel on YouTube. Shout out to those guys. I watch a lot of their videos. They do like a ton of like episode breakdowns. They do Star Wars, Marvel, all the like pop culture shit. I would just like watch their like rundowns of it, and they'll tell you everything that happens without you having to spend 45 minutes to watch a child's TV show. To be honest, and like it's just real shit. You know what I mean? You know me. I'm one of those people where like people consider me like a Marvel fanboy. Like I like shit too much that people like in the overall spectrum hate. But like that being said, this is one of those ones I just do not vibe with. I don't fuck with it. I think it's boring. I think it's childish.
do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
We'll see how it goes. It could improve. Who knows? There's also no villain yet, so I don't know. I feel like I'm looking forward to Thor. Let's put it that way. Like I was looking forward to Miss Marvel, and after watching that episode, I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna watch it, but really now I'm over it. I just want Thor to come out and just move on to the next Marvel thing, and see
Yeah.
what happens.
I don't know. I'm not too cared for it either. So I'm on the same page. I'm gonna watch it, but don't even have anything for it today because I haven't watched it yet. Obviously, because it just started out, came out Wednesday, right?
There's
But
only one episode
hopefully,
out.
yeah. So hopefully when I do watch
like
it,
I said,
something like that.
you should watch it. If anything, do what I just recommend other people do. Just watch the breakdowns of it if you don't want to spend the time to watch it, or just like put it on in passing, like when you're doing something else.
That's what I'm
But
saying. I'm not gonna like sit there.
it's
And
not one
like
of
I'll
those
probably
things,
watch it
yeah,
when I'm playing
where-
games or some shit, low
Yeah,
key.
it's one of those things
Just-
where like I wouldn't stress about it because it is. I'm telling you right now,
I'm
knowing
stressing.
you, you're not gonna enjoy it. You are not gonna enjoy it. I'm telling you,
Oh, yeah,
that
that's
you're
true.
not. I know you well enough to know you're gonna be like, why am I even like?
Oh,
you're gonna
great!
feel
I
it's
like
a waste
wasting
of time.
45 minutes of my life.
Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully it goes good though. Hopefully they do something interesting with it, or at least put like an interesting villain in it or something like that. That'd be dope. But we'll see.
It would be interesting to see the villain, like if they're gonna connect it to other portions of TV shows and shit, because we already know like their concept is they're gonna do the Marvels, or at least that's what the projected expectation is. So it would be cool if they used hers to introduce the villain, but then they really gotta make it.
There's another statement that I kind of want to make about it, and I don't want to seem like a dick, but there's a certain direction. How can I put this? There's a certain direction that a lot of Disney shows and even seems to be Marvel recently are going with trying to be inclusive, and I feel like it's swaying a little too heavy into the lore to the point where I feel like I'm not just watching a superhero thing, if that makes sense. Without, I don't want to sound like I
Yeah.
don't want to be a dick, but I feel like there's a limit, like not a limit,
Like they're kind
but
of breaking the structure of the comics of what they were actually meant to
yeah,
be, just to kind of bring up some irrelevant point that has nothing to do with the actual comic itself.
yeah. There you go. I don't need to know. Yeah, I don't need the irrelevance of being inclusive
Today's
just for the
drama.
sake of
Yeah.
doing it. Adding those things in to the movies and shows doesn't obviously bother me in any way. But the point is when you make it more about that than about what I'm there
The
to watch
actual
is the
storyline.
superhero and the
Yeah.
storyline of the superhero. That's when I start to be dissuaded from watching it. So that's another thing. I don't think that it's so heavy that it's like doesn't make me want to watch it again. It was the things I said before, it's basically because it's childish, but
But it's just like it's
that plays a
unnecessary. And
role.
it's
Yeah, it definitely plays a
another
role.
portion of the like, okay, cool, whatever. I don't give a shit. Can you make a Miss Marvel?
Yep.
But they're already ruining Miss Marvel on top of that by changing the original storyline. That already kind of, it's a thing to stack on. You know, death by a thousand fucking paper cuts or whatever.
Yep.
Not that it's that horrible, but it's just, you know, the
Something
more
else to add in.
more reasons you have to not like
That was a
something,
lot
the
of
more likely
the
you're not gonna
negative
like it.
reviews I saw heavily swung that direction too.
Related to the fact that this doesn't feel like it's what it should have been for the comic.
How much they press the idea of what it is almost too much even for me, and I'm very very accepting of everything.
Yeah, who
along
gives
those
a shit?
lines,
As
but
long
it's
as-
yeah,
yeah.
I really don't give a fuck. But it's almost where it's just like I feel like you're forcing it at that point, and that seems to be an issue, especially when the reviews. If you read them, you'll see it. But I mean, that's all I'm gonna say for now. We'll move on from that, but you'll watch it hopefully the first episode or maybe the first two by the time we do next week's podcast, and we'll see what happens. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it plays out for sure.
You will.
The other probably the biggest thing actually, maybe but other than Fortnite update and all that shit is the Johnny Depp trial.
The king,
The fucking
the king.
the fucking him
Okay.
too.
First of all, first of all, thank God. Like we all knew this. I mean, there's a reason so many people believed it. Like obviously, the man's, even though he probably clearly it was defined that he has
Major
issues.
Yeah. Major issues.
But like in the sense of them two as a relationship and the stuff that she said, he was clearly innocent, right?
Yeah. Even if he wasn't fully innocent, the main thing would be that she defamed
impact to
him.
Yeah, the impact to him.
The impact to him is the reason why there was a trial and a case, and that is they proved it, very clearly that she was in the wrong on that part. My opinion is a strong one, so I won't get too far into it, but I'm glad that it ended up the way it did. The only reason why she won any money at all is because his lawyer actually was talking shit about her. It wasn't even him, but he still got fined for that. I don't really know how I feel about that, but what I will say is that I'm glad to see that regardless of how you feel about Amber Heard before this, which she wasn't she was a household name before this. I'm glad that it's finally a situation that there's a meme, it's stupid, but it's like the first man ever to actually win an argument against a woman. But like it's fucked up because it's one of those situations where like everyone that knows anything that knows, and the reality of it is there's far more women that are going to lie about abuse than there are men. There's a stigma against men.
And
if you're getting
even
abused
not
by a
necessarily
woman,
lie. Let's be honest. There's also the stigma that we are very, very unlikely as a man to even come out about it.
that's what I'm
So
saying.
like,
That's what
there's
I'm
that.
saying.
There's, I mean,
I was
but not
getting
even
to
just to lie about it though. Like
No, I
just
was
to
getting
straight,
to
like
that.
not even.
No, I was getting to that. So the stigma is that a man would appear weak if by reporting that. Like I personally
even did that shit
would
to
never
him.
do that. If I was getting beat by a woman, I'm not gonna call the cops. Man, please come
Not
save
many
me.
men.
I'm just not gonna do it.
Opposite.
And I could literally be getting abused, and I would not do. I couldn't as the way I view manhood in myself is I couldn't call and report a woman for putting
Which
their
is
hands on me. There's no
One
way.
of the shitty parts of our society. 'Cause
Yeah, it is.
everybody
It's a
does that,
stigma.
right?
It's a
But
bad
let's be honest.
stigma. But the point is,
But Jude is what is it? Mental Health Awareness Month.
Yeah, Men's Mental Health
So
Month.
don't forget
Yeah,
to ask
shout
your
out,
boys how they're doing.
Yeah, how
For
you
real.
doing, by the way?
I'm alive. I'm here.
Yeah, good, me too.
I don't have an abusive wife, so I guess not too shabby, right? It's not funny to joke about, honestly, because
No,
it is
it's
fucked
funny.
up that shit really happens. But at the same time, like, thank God Depp actually stood up for himself and actually fucking went out of his way to make sure that she didn't get away with being the shit that she is.
Yeah, because she's.
Genuinely, like,
And you know what? I had a
genuine.
discussion with someone about this, about. I won't go too much into how it happened, but basically the conversation ended up to like me sounding like I have like an animosity towards women as a whole, and it's not that at all. My main thing is that I have a very, very, very strong mindset about women that lie about very serious things that can seriously ruin people's lives. And I have such strong feelings about that I will speak my voice and opinion about it because in no way, shape, or form do I approve of that. Do I think it's okay? I think women that do shit like that should be punished very, very severely because even outside of the realm of like the Johnny Depp shit, like there's women that like accuse men of rape all the time and accuse men of sexism, and then they get proved that they're wrong. Like I just saw a story I think yesterday on Facebook about this college football player that got accused of rape. He spent like fucking 10 or 12 years in prison, and then she came forward and be like, I lied about it. You know what happened to her? Nothing at all. He just got released. Like, are you serious? This dude spent 10. He was a college football player. Regardless if he was going to go to the NFL or not, he had something going for himself. And even if
regardless if you have
he
something going for your life, you're just
10, 12 years of your life are gone because a woman just said, yeah, he raped me because you wouldn't fuck her, or because she found out you had a girlfriend when you were fucking her. Like, are you like that's serious shit? How many men do you know walk around accusing women of rape or abuse?
Well, the stigma of that's never gonna that
Exactly.
can't happen.
The stigma
to man,
thing
first
is what
of
we
all,
just talked about.
But
So
yes, even still, it's not gonna happen nearly, if at all, even
it's not even close.
a fraction of a fraction.
Yeah, it's not even close.
Like that's really the way to put it, honestly.
I mean, that's where my problem goes, and it's not. I obviously love women.
See, that's also like the hard. That's like not even the hard. That's like one of the shitty things, in my opinion, is people build this another stigma, right? Like, well, if you're not signed with Amber, then you'll obviously think that all men are innocent and all women are lying about getting beat or raped or shit like that.
Yeah.
It's like that's not what I'm fucking saying. I'm saying when I see the fucking facts, when I read the fucking fine print, the line of what is the truth, and I see reality, I'm gonna side with that because it's the fucking fact.
Yep.
So obviously, if someone came to me and showed proof that somebody was doing something, then fuck that dude. Like I would believe her just as equally as I believe Johnny Depp right now.
Yep.
But that's the fucking that's a shit stigma we have. Is it like you're either for women or you're against women? Like they're even doing that with this case, which is very clearly like the only people that I know that genuinely believe Johnny Depp is not innocent are people that are like super like, if you don't trust a woman, like no matter what they say, you're sexist. And like that's just like a shitty mindset to have. Like if you're not gonna follow the clearly defined facts and lines of truth, then you're just gonna be biased regardless, and then you're gonna just take whatever you feel is your opinion.
Yeah. I mean, his lawyers, when they finally did their interviews, like on the morning shows and shit, and people kept asking them because
that was one of the things I wanted to talk about, actually.
Yeah, Amber's fucking team was coming out saying, "Oh, this is a setback for women and setback for the Me Too movement," and they're like, "No, it's not. No, it's not." They would just like they said, and I agree. Any woman that's ever been abused, is getting abused, or is going through it, whatever, needs to report it and needs to be able to show the facts and and tell the truth in the court of law and win a case. And if that can happen, then obviously,
and
just
it
like
does
you said,
happen.
I've literally.
It happens. It's not like it's not a thing.
So I shouldn't snitch on myself. I've been in a situation where I stood up for someone, a female. I was a mother of a friend of mine, and she was going through some shit with a male, and I got myself involved in that situation in a way that I'm not going to talk about too much on on a podcast, but I got myself involved in the situation because I stood up, because I didn't agree that that's not okay. Obviously, I believed her. We knew that it was happening. We saw proof of it happening, so we went there and we took care of it. That being said, I've been in a situation where I saw proof. I knew it was happening, and I physically, with my own hands, went there and took care of the situation. That being said, so people that would say, "Oh, well, you think that Amber Heard means you think all women?" No, I don't. If Amber had zero proof, she was caught lying multiple, and even if it comes down to this, to me,
Time after time, she was calling.
yeah, multiple times. But here's my thing. This is what it comes down to. Johnny Depp is a major alcoholic, a drug abuser, major drug head. Okay. And one thing that most comes with those two things is other issues, anger problems, depression issues, violence, stealing, like all types of shit can come with those things. Right. So I'm not saying that he's perfect. I'm not saying that he's never done anything, but at the end of the day, there's no proof. There's none. There's zero. The proof that she had was him slamming cabinets. Bro, that doesn't prove that he beat your ass. That proves that he's a fucking crazy guy when he's drunk and slams cabinets. That doesn't prove that he beat your ass. The whole point that video made you look worse because you were laughing at him recording it. You're an idiot. You're literally an idiot. She's so stupid. Like, and I hate to say this. I don't hate to say it. I actually don't care to say it. She's an idiot. She's literally a fucking idiot.
I mean,
she got caught lying so many times that even if he did do something to you, your credibility is so shot because of how many times that you went and lied on the stand, that shit that you didn't have to lie about. She lied about the dumbest shit, bro. Like, she lied about donating the money.
Gonna be?
Yeah, the dog shit. Like, you could have just said, I shit on his bed. It was a stupid fucking prank. I'm a fucking idiot. It was my fault. But she doesn't want to look bad. So instead she lies, even though everyone knows the truth. Everyone can tell that that's not a fucking dog shit.
And plus,
like,
multiple people came out and multiple witnesses came out and even said this shit.
She lied about the money, about donating the money. And then on the stand when she's getting cross-examined, getting cross-examined, she continued to try and say that she donated, even though she hadn't. And, like, it's something, again, where you could have just said, no, I didn't do it yet, but I have pledged it. I'm going to do it, but I didn't do it. But then instead she's trying to lie and say, yo, well, yeah, I did. Well, yeah, I did. I did part of it. Well, somebody else did it for me. Like, stop lying, bro. You're literally discrediting. Any chance you had at winning that case is gone because you lied about so many things that nobody cares anymore.
And that's the shit that truly actually impacts other women.
Yep.
Honestly, it's not me agreeing with Johnny Depp being innocent in the sense of abusing.
It's her lying.
Bitches like her coming out and lying about shit that's blatantly a lie.
Yep.
And then people just automatically being like, no, she's right because she's a woman. And then, like, nah, because, like, when people do that dumb shit, and I know that there's people out there that's willing to lie about shit like that. That's willing to do whatever they can to make themselves look better, to get, you know, like, oh, feel bad for me points, or to get attention. There's people that are willing to do that.
Yep.
That's what discredits women like that. That's what discredits actual women that actually go through that shit.
Yep.
People like her.
And again,
so that does it more than him winning. Honestly, like, if you have half a brain, you see that shit.
Yeah, by far. And I said that too. I was talking to somebody on Facebook. They were talking about it. And I got in the comments for a minute. I was looking and I was reading somebody's comment. They were like, honestly, the most injury, if any, was done to the Me Too movement or to women's rights in general was the fact that someone as a public figure and a celebrity went out and lied about shit so much in a case like this and got everything completely discredited that you heard it. It's for women that really go through this shit now when as a stigma, whether it's a good or bad, it's a bad stigma, but at the end of the day, with that when shit like that happens and it's so public, everyone is going to take a step back that sees this case, and when they see other cases, they're going to be like, well, she could be fucking, did you not just see the Amber Heard shit that happened 6 months ago? She lied about every fucking thing. She lied constantly. She literally abused Johnny Depp on tape and then lied and said that she didn't do it when it was on tape, dude.
And she literally even said she admitted to it in the tape too, and she literally said, "Go and
that's
tell
what I'm saying.
Like
she made fun of him for saying that he was going to go.
But it's people like that that truly fuck, because
she's a psychopath. First of all, she's a sociopath.
Someone might take this politically, but this is not politically generated whatsoever. It's the same shit that Jussie Smollett did when he said that he got beat up by motherfuckers in Chicago because of his wrong beliefs, but he literally paid motherfuckers to beat him up that weren't even fucking what he said. He was saying that they were like white people, like, and trying to start a race shit, right? Like trying to race bait people, but he literally paid two, I think they were Jamaican, or I don't know exactly, I can't remember where they were. They're Jamaican, yeah. Like full blood Jamaican gentlemen too, to do this, and he paid them.
They were gentlemen.
And I mean, okay, if someone comes up and offers you to pays you to fucking beat them up, and then they say they won't tell who you are, like,
I probably would do it too.
That's a gentleman's act. Like, you should have been an offer. Like,
I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you.
Obviously, they're not innocent, right? But at the same time, like, you go and pay people to draw up this agenda, drop this agenda, and then it discredits people that actually get beat up by racist piece of shits, or that
Yeah.
actually get attacked by racist piece of
Yeah.
shits. Like it's the same shit with
Because
her, with
that's
like
something
the
that's very
gender thing,
real.
with the women's rights. Like,
Yeah.
it's when you have people who fake being a victim, especially people who are massive public figures that have millions of people that see them or know them or follow them or listen to them, and you blatantly lie to all of them just to draw your own benefit. Like,
Publicity and yeah,
that's like so fun.
attention.
Like, that honestly is
Yeah.
like, that's worse
It's so
than
it's
someone
called being a
else actually
sociopath.
coming out with the fact. Yeah.
It's
Oh,
literally
obviously,
called being a
yes.
sociopath
Yeah.
when they
Or and it's
literally
also narcissist. It's like you're a
narcissistic. Yeah,
narcissist. Yeah.
yes, they're very narcissistic and they're definitely sociopaths. They literally don't give a fuck what happens
The
to other
impact
women
to others.
in that are actually
Or African
abused
American community that
or
actually
in that
get
situation. But I'm
beat up
talking
by
about the Amber
racist
Heard
piece
one.
of shit. No, but I'm just saying, like,
Yeah, they literally don't.
it's a prime example of the same exact situation in a different mantra of
Yeah.
societal issues.
And you know the craziest part too is that her lawyer came out and said, like, the first thing that she said when she came out of the courtroom was that, "Oh, this is I feel so sorry for those women that are not gonna get believed anymore." Whatever the
Her
fuck she
liar's
said. Like,
her liar, actually, it's funny I said liar, but really that's not a lie. But her lawyer is literally a bot. So
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
two
she's
interviews
an
that I
idiot.
wanted to talk about. The first interview, she went on, I can't remember what I don't know actually who did the
it was
interviews
Good Morning
for either of them.
America. It was
And
GMA.
there was an ex NFL player on the
Ryan
thing.
Clark on GMA. I know who you're talking about.
Okay,
I
yeah,
watched
and
it.
she goes on there and she's like, "No, it's like it's not, it's not my fault. They just don't care. The jury was like bad, and
He's like,
they don't care about
she
women."
said
And he's
that.
like, yeah, and he's like, a lot of times when you finish games and we lost, we don't, it's easy to look on the other side of the aisle, and it's easy to blame them for our loss, but in reality, sometimes you got to pay attention to yourself.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, like, boom, bitch, get the fuck out of here. You're a shit lawyer, obviously.
You lost.
Hearsay, fucking all that shit. You know what I mean? Like, hearsay. That would have been the best comeback. He ended that sentence
Hearsay?
with objection, hearsay.
You know what the craziest part about that was? Not even I watched that whole thing, so I already know, and I agreed with everything he said. The problem with it is he was being as sophisticated and gentle with that statement as he could be, and she still came back and blamed it on everybody except her on that loss. Everybody,
Yeah.
bro. She said it. Amber didn't say the right thing. She said the jury was influenced by other people. She said the public did it. She said Johnny Depp.
That's the other thing.
I'm like, bro, you so oblivious to the fact that you got paid like $6 million to be this bitch's lawyer, lost the case because everyone watched it, millions of people watched it
I
every
can
day.
say it's her fault either, though.
Horrible.
Like, she lost the case also because she's trying to defend somebody
That's
who
liar.
clearly was
That's
not
liar.
innocent.
She was
Who
clearly
was
lying.
clearly not innocent. So, like, if
the
you
short-
lose, sometimes you're gonna lose if you don't have the innocent. Like, that's the whole. That's actually the point of our legal system, is to figure out who isn't the innocent one here in this thing. That's the whole concept of a legal system like that. But the other interview I was talking about, actually, because one of the excuses that she used, and I think you actually said it too, was that, like, the influence to the people and, like, the public influence. There was Johnny Depp's lawyers, the one main guy and his associate. I don't know
Camille.
either of their names.
Camille Vasquez.
So they went on another talk show, different one.
Yep.
And the lady was like, well, it wasn't fair to Amber Heard because society, like, if you look at the hashtags, and they did, like, the two main big hashtags for
20
whatever it was.
billion
One
and
was
like
like
20 million. It was like ridiculous.
yeah, like, literally thousands of different, like, millions, billions of difference, right? And, like, that argument is so illegitimate, because all you're saying is then that there were 20 billion people that agreed with the jury,
Well, not
and there were 20
billion people.
million people who disagreed with the jury. Not 20 billion, whatever it was, because
Yeah,
obviously it's hashtags. If I watched 50 videos myself,
Yeah, yeah,
okay,
yeah.
but even still, if there's that many people that use that hashtag, that many people that viewed it, that means that the jury was in the popular concept of what is reality,
Yep.
and Amber Heard was in the minority of obviously what people who were manipulated or didn't have enough information, or that were just trying to use it for their own political backing, that backed Amber Heard.
Yeah.
It's like that. Like that is such an easy argument to counter if you use any logic, and I think that shit's hilarious. That's not even what they said. I can't remember what he actually said. He was
they
like,
just said
that
it
was
in-
thrown out by the judge. I think
they
is all
just
he
said that
said.
it didn't have any sway on them because the jury was sequestered. So even though they had like a week period of time where they could go home and talk to their family, be on social media, they were like, at the end of the day, you're just basically saying that our justice system doesn't work and that the jury was not credible and untrustworthy. And basically, what you're saying is, as a lawyer, a person who practices law in this country, you're basically saying that you shouldn't be because you don't trust the system anyways. And that's the whole point of doing a 12 jury trial. That's the whole reason why we run our justice system the way it is. You put 12 people
our
that
democracy
are
is for a reason.
impartial, and they have to decide if, with all the facts laid out in front of them, whether one person's lying or the other one is. Like, point blank, period. That's how it works.
Statistically looking, if you look at the hashtags, if you would have changed that jury out 50 times, you would have gotten 90+% of those people would have agreed with Johnny Depp.
If you're talking, and the math that you're trying to come
like-
up with that I agree with.
But
What
I'm
you're
just
basically
saying, though, like,
is,
there's
if
plenty of
billions
facts to
people
define
on this
the
side and millions
idea.
on this side, obviously one side is leaning much heavier for a reason. It's not
Because
because
they
Johnny
see
Depp
the
is so famous.
defined lens. Yeah, Johnny
It's
Depp's
not.
not.
It's
not
not.
everyone's.
Bill
like,
Cosby.
I honestly.
Hold on.
Oh.
Bill Cosby is more famous than Johnny Depp. Okay, point blank, period.
And look at him.
And look what
Went to
happened.
prison because
It's not
everybody knew he
because
was
Johnny
not
Depp's
innocent.
famous. It's not because Johnny Depp's
Exactly.
famous. It's
Yes.
point blank, period. It's not. Okay, that argument pisses me off so bad. You're telling me that Johnny Depp could win a case because he's Johnny Depp, but Bill Cosby, because he's famous, but Bill Cosby,
Went to
Bill
prison.
fucking Cosby, bro, couldn't win his case because he's not famous enough? Bro, come on,
That's a
bro.
good point.
It sounds stupid. The argument sounds stupid. It's not. It had nothing to do with Johnny Depp, other than the fact that he was a victim. That's point blank. Period. Now, do I agree with what he did? The only reason why I agree with what he did is because he did lose a fuck ton of money. He lost Pirate 6. You know how much money he would have made at Pirate 6? He lost something else too, another movie deal. Like,
He does quite a bit in movie deals, but he also like just in general.
just in general, he lost a bunch of
you're
endorsements. It takes
discredited,
your, and especially as a very public figure, like that hits you as a very public figure. You know, someone that's not a public figure, if somebody does some shit like that to you, like it might not affect you. Even if they're lying, you might just like try to live with it. You know what I mean, and move past it. But as a public
somebody
figure,
who people literally know who you are
yeah,
when
like
you're walking around the
that's
street.
heavy shit. He's got newspapers writing stories about how he's a piece of shit, and then the biggest lie that was funny to me, honestly, was she kept saying that the op-ed was never about him. That's why his defamation case was not valid, because the whole point was, right?
I was
the
because she knew she was
defamation
gonna lose the argument.
No. It's because the whole point was he was suing her because she wrote that op-ed, and clearly it was about him, and he lost
Yeah.
money because of it. And her argument
No,
at the
but I
beginning
know.
was it was never about you. She kept saying it was never about you, and then in the cross-examination, she slipped up and said, "That's why I wrote the op-ed. That's why I wrote the op-ed about Johnny." She literally said it. That's why she lost the case. They went back and reviewed everything. One thing that she slipped up and said, everything else added to it, but one thing she straight up admitted after lying so many times and saying it was not about him, and said, "That's why I wrote the op-ed." It's like a quote right now. "That's why I wrote the op-ed. That's why I wrote the op-ed about Johnny." And the whole time she was saying that it wasn't, and that's how she might have won the cases, because if they could have convinced her that even if she was lying about everything, even if everything was a lie, if she didn't write that about Johnny, then technically
Yeah,
she didn't
if it
defame
was
Johnny.
about somebody else,
But
yeah.
her stupid fucking ass got up on there and finally told the truth at the worst time. Like, if you're being honest, at the worst time to tell the truth if you're trying to win a case. And she admitted that it was about Johnny, and then bam, lost the case. I'm like, bro, you gotta be the dumbest motherfucker I know.
Bitch, you tripping.
But
Nah, I don't know, dude.
Point
She's a
blank period,
clown.
she's a sociopath. And very obviously narcissistic, but she's a sociopath. She's a sociopath. Like, very
And a
sociopath.
fucking loser. And
She's a sociopath.
doesn't deserve to be.
She's a sociopath.
and a
All that other shit is
narcissistic
pointless.
motherfucker.
The
But
point is, the sociopathic part is the part that bothers me the most, because like her lawyer team's coming out and trying to say that, oh, this win for Johnny's a setback for women. No, a setback for women is you lying on the stand about getting abused when you were literally on tape abusing someone. That's a setback. You lied and you lied and you lied and you lied
the
and you
truth.
lied. And you set back women that are going to tell the truth and are going to have a harder time proving that it's true because you lied in a very public way. Point blank, period. You're a sociopath. You hurt other women. Point blank, period. She hurt other women. No question for it from me, in my opinion. Okay, an objective opinion. She did it. She hurt women. Nobody else did it. In that case, in that trial, she did it herself. Okay, so let's
You're
move
not
on.
wrong. You're not wrong.
That's really all I gotta say about that.
Yeah. So we gotta put that kind of stuff, bro.
Yeah, I got my point across. I got my feelings out about that. Taco Bell
So-
defy.
Bro, you didn't even look at this link, did you? So the only reason I'm bringing this up is because obviously, like, I'm a Taco Bell addict. It's actually funny
No, I
because
saw I
like
saw this on Facebook though.
you
That
can see
picture.
my duffel bag in the background every once in a while, and the filter clears. It's sitting up behind me.
Yeah, yeah, I can see the
Um,
orange floating
yeah.
in.
No, but that shit's actually kind of like so. First of all, Taco Bell fan, it's cool as shit with the concept. But also, if you think about it, this would be a really smart concept for
Looks
other
like a bank.
companies to. Yeah, I mean that's what that's what they're calling it, right? But like it's a really smart concept for a lot of companies to consider with the whole like so many people doing drive-through versus eating in. Anyways, now faster restaurants, and the faster you move people, the more money you're generating
Yep.
because your lines are going quicker, right?
Yep.
But so for anybody who doesn't know what it is, it's like Taco Bell Defy is what it's called, and they're literally like you said, building. Well, they already built it actually; it's already open,
In
but
Minnesota.
it's in
So it sounds
Minnesota.
like
It's
that.
a restaurant that literally looks like a bank, really. And you pull up, you scan your code, you pull up, and then the money or the food actually goes through like a conveyor belt to your fucking car, no matter what lane you're in. Like it's in like four lanes wide or some shit, I think.
Something like that.
I don't, that's pretty smart if you
Yeah,
like look at some of
I
these
seen
fast
somebody
food
share
lanes and
that and say that it was like, yeah, sir, your nachos are on the second floor. If you go up to the second floor and three doors down on the left, like act like it was a bank. The show was funny. Obviously, I get the point is for the drive-through aspect, but it's funny because it looks
yeah,
like a fucking two-story bank.
it does, it
It
does.
looks
And they
just like
probably
that.
did buy they bought an old bank
It
lot.
looks like an old
Like, yeah, we're
bank,
gonna build a restaurant.
but it looks dope though. I mean, it's cool. I mean, it's a
It's
cool
clean too.
concept.
Yeah, they did get a
I
modernizing
mean,
it to make it look like a modern restaurant.
I don't know how much we can
But
really go into this, but yeah, I mean, it looks cool. It's a good idea. Hopefully, they make a
and the
lot of money off
concept,
that.
I think it's a good concept. I
Yeah,
think I would be surprised if there's locations where people see like a massive spike of people going through drive-through for the restaurants. Like if you look at like our Chick-fil-A, that's right by me, like I said, the street. But you know what I'm talking about? Like
yeah.
that one, if they did that shit, bro, like you could
Oh, it'd be so
imagine
much
how
easier.
much fucking more business they'd be getting because people wouldn't be driving past or
Yeah.
going to other restaurants next to it. Like, like if you it like as a business model,
I don't
if
think that's
you
brand new though. If I remember correctly, there used to be a McDonald's somewhere, maybe in
wouldn't
DC
surprise me. Wouldn't
or
surprise
in
me
New
though. Yeah.
York. It's either in DC or New York. When we were younger, we went there, and it was a two-story McDonald's, and you drove through, and you actually went like under part of the. It's almost just like it didn't look like as nice as that, but it was kind of, and it was in city limits and somewhere where it was really busy. And there was literally two-story McDonald's. Actually, there's probably a bunch of them. Somebody might know. I don't think anybody's
But the
watching it.
concept would be, in my opinion, I think like in high traffic areas, it could be considered for a lot of
For
places.
sure. For
That's what
sure.
I'm saying. Wait, but yeah, that's really about it on that one. But
Um,
um,
Post
so I
Malone.
think like in this week, yeah, so like things that happened. I think it might have came out last week. I'm not entirely sure. I think it released this week. Post Malone's new album. So have you actually listened to any of it? 12 Karat Toothache.
I don't like Post Malone too much, honestly.
Controversial nonetheless.
It's just
Um,
not my kind of rap.
I get it. I'm not. Everyone has their own. I'm just fucking with you. But so I will go too much into this thing because if you haven't even listened to it, it's not gonna be too much relevant. But first off, if you want to listen to it, he's got a lot of big collabs, which isn't surprising because Post Malone, in a popularity like number wise, is probably the most popular rapper out there today. That's within like this generation of rappers. Um, but like my favorite, well, that would be my mindset. You look at the amount of generated, the amount of
Lil
fucking,
Baby.
huh?
Lil Baby is like setting massive records. Yeah.
Hey, it's okay. I don't know. I'm just,
Yeah.
I'm just
Posty's
saying, like,
big,
even
but you want to know why Posty's much bigger? If we're gonna be blunt about it, it's because his target audience is much more spread out.
yeah, because he goes from
'Cause
like
he's not really a rapper.
rock to rap
Yeah,
to hip hop. Yeah, he does good with
that's why.
his, which is
It's not
also
really
another
because
reason
he's a
to
rapper
like him
though.
in a sense is because he does have multiple genres. Like his vocal ability and his instrumental ability is impressive for somebody that doesn't look like he would be
Oh,
of
his
in that
OG shit when he
whatever
was singing
spectrum.
on those shits, bro. Like
Yeah, he hits pretty
congratulations
hard.
and shit. Yeah, I could vibe with him. I just don't.
I get it.
I'll listen to it
But
when I listen to it when I hear it. I just don't really like
favorite
that much.
song though, "Waiting for a Miracle." I think that shit was good. That's the reason I just want to say that. Like, you want to throw out like leave in the comments or something like what you think is your favorite song from his new album or some shit. But like "Waiting for a Miracle," I'd have to say is my favorite one. Like it's the vibe. I think it's more of like a less of a rap. It genuinely is, and I mean, there's rap in it, but it's less of rap. It's more of like a congratulations style kind of song of his.
Yeah, like
But
R&B,
like
hip
his
hop.
collabs are insane. Like if you look at his, I mean, I know like a lot of artists collab, right? Like you look at his collabs too, also shows
Kid
his
Leroy,
extent.
Gunna, Weekend, Roddy, Fleet
It shows
Foxes,
his
Doja.
extent of like his genres, because even his last album, um, fucking who was I can't remember the man's name, but it was like an old rock star,
Yeah,
and he did a collab with him too. Like he like I mean I think he's supposed to be more like a rock rap, like that is
yeah,
his genre.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
Um,
He
I
does
don't
a
know,
lot
man.
of rock shit and he
It's
plays the
good.
guitar
I
and
like the
everything.
album. The collabs are pretty good. The one with Doja and the one with The Weeknd are both pretty good songs. Honestly, I did
Yeah,
like them, but worth a little listen if you're a Post Malone fan, and even if you're not a Post Malone fan, it's an album with like 14, 15 new songs. Take a few minutes if you want to listen to it, see if you like
I
anything.
might listen to it.
Maybe you
I might see
like
what's going on.
Weeknd or
Yeah,
Kid Laroi or Gunna or Doja. If you
I
like
fuck
any
with
of them
Gunna.
too,
Gunna's the only, and
everyone
Roddy
does.
Ricch is.
Oh,
I fuck with Roddy too.
yeah, everybody does
Roddy and
it.
Gunna are the only ones I don't really
Gunna,
care about
everyone
on
does the
this.
Gunna, but I mean, I like Doja Cat's
Doja's a
music,
bad
honestly, bro.
bitch, but I mean, other than
Yeah, I
that,
like her music though too.
yeah, I don't really care for her music.
Man, she's the yeah.
Just not my
Doja
style, honestly. Like, I'm
Beauty.
more into like people you probably haven't even heard of, like fucking young Nudie and fucking um, Key Glock and like shit like that. PB Longway,
Yeah,
like
never
more
mind.
like actual rap, like real rap. So, uh, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'll listen to it just to see what it's about. Like I knew eventually I would. I did see it pop up on Apple Music, but I just haven't. I don't know.
Just good vibe music.
I just have to sit down and
Right,
listen
that's
to
the
it,
reason I got.
just to
Yeah,
just to listen to it, just to hear it. But yeah,
it's more vibe music though. Actually, I think like in the sense of when we're talking about genres, it's less rap. I think it's more just like a chill vibe music, not like a
yeah.
going hard partying and shit kind of music. But
I listen to gangster rap and the vibing. Listen to
or that
Grill,
too.
listening to
But he's not
like
that genre
Gucci
definitely at all.
Mane. No,
Yeah, but
never.
he's not that genre at all. Like that's yeah. Makes sense. Um, yeah. So there were. I don't know how much further we're gonna go today because I know I gotta get rolling. But we could probably run through these quickly. I don't know if you have anything of this because. So okay, then I'll just kind of shoot through these somewhat fairly fast. So these are like three things that came out before. Well, one of them came out 2 weeks. So Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. It came out on Disney Plus. The only reason I want to bring this up because holy fuck, this movie has so many fucking good cameos. Like, if you are between the ages of like 20 and 34, and you watch this, you're gonna have like nostalgia throughout the whole entire fucking movie. So, like, I
I,
honestly I would recommend
I
you
did
watch it.
see
Like,
the. I'll watch it. I did see some of the commercials, like or the previews, the references to the whole Chip and Dale thing. Like,
I'll do a spoiler,
I
but
got
it's
it.
hilarious. They have ugly Sonic in the fucking
Oh,
movie.
oh
And they has
Jesus.
like the shit CGI, bro. They put that in there. He literally calls himself Ugly Sonic the whole time. Like, but
I'll
it's
watch
good.
it. I'll watch it though. I didn't get around to it, but I will watch it. I hadn't planned on
It's
watching
worth
it.
the
The
watch for the
previews look
nostalgia
funny.
and like
I
and the
get the idea.
cast. And the cast is good as fuck. Like they did great with the cast, honestly. So what's the white dude that's like super? He's kind of bigger. Set. He's like pretty much known for like smoking pot and shit. Like that's somebody which all of his
Seth
movies.
Rogen.
Seth Rogen, he's in that shit. Um,
I didn't know that. I didn't know
yeah,
that.
he's in there. The guy from Brooklyn Nine Nine, the main cast. It's Jake
Uh,
Peralta, but I can't remember his actual name.
yeah, Jake Peralta is his name in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I don't remember his real name either. Fuck.
Um,
I know what it is
and
too. Yeah, but yeah, he's funny as shit. He's funny.
and then
I used to watch
the
him on
guy
Saturday Night
from
Live actually when he was still getting big. He's funny.
I'm gonna actually look it up real quick because but like they did an excellent job on the cast. Like they went out and got like some top god tier comedians to it. Um, let's see. I'm gonna just check this out real quick because I actually really want to reference these properly. Okay, so J.K. Simmons is in it.
Yep.
Fucking Will Arnett, which I like Will Arnett and
Will
Andy
Arnett's funny.
Samberg.
Andy Samberg. There you go. Andy
Andy
Samberg.
Samberg.
I knew it was
So Will
a
Arnett and Andy
Jewish name.
Samberg are
Will
actually
Arnett's hilarious. Will Arnett's hilarious.
they are two of my favorite actors because they also are part of my two favorite TV shows. BoJack Horseman, which is Will Arnett, which I fucking
Yep.
love that show.
Yep.
It's phenomenal. And then it's Andy Samberg with Brooklyn Nine Nine. I just think is probably one of the best well done
Oh, it's so
comedy
It's so
slash
funny.
like yeah.
It's so funny.
So okay, but yeah, so they had
The
Will
first time
Arnett,
I ever bought 1 second. The first time I ever got Hulu was just so I could watch Brooklyn Nine
Brooklyn
Nine.
Nine-Nine. It's worth it, dude, because they also have a good cast. You throw Terry Crews at anything, bro. That boy fucking pits out fire, bro. That man is hilarious, and not even like very good at comedy. It's just the way he's portrayed in all of his roles. Terry Crews does an excellent job. Okay, so yeah, so J.K. Simmons, Will Arnett, Seth Rogen, Andy Samberg, John Mulaney,
John Mulaney's
um,
funny.
and he's one of the best comedians in our time, and I think
His
he's
voice
super
is
underrated.
hilarious to me. His voice is hilarious.
Bro, I listened to John Mulaney before like I actually knew who he was. Like I was listening to him
His
on like
stand-up's funny.
Pandora
His
and his
stand-up's hilarious.
stand-ups, bro. His stand-ups are great.
Yeah, his
But
stand-up's
he predominantly does Saturday Night Live now. You know that, right? He's been a
All-
writer for SNL for a while now, but
all of them do. All those.
but I'm saying
Yeah.
but he's like a writer for other people that are comedians. Like
Yeah.
he's actually the one who writes the SNL
Yeah,
script and shit.
he's been a writer for a long time. Probably.
And then Keegan
Who's
Michael
writing?
Key,
Keegan. Oh yeah, I knew that.
Keegan Michael Key and Pule, and then Dennis Heisberg, the guy who's from the Allstate commercials. He's in that shit too.
Oh really? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I mean, and some of these are cartoons, right? So like, it's not actually them; it's gonna be the animation. But like, they did an excellent job with the nostalgic part. They did a great job with the cast, and the story's actually pretty engaging. It's a story that you can follow along, where you don't feel like it's kind of cheesy shit, or it doesn't feel like childish or whatnot. Like it has a fairly good storyline, honestly. But there are some like cheesy ass lines in it, but I think that's just a Disney movie like that, and especially with John Mulaney comedy. But 10 out of 10 would recommend watching it at least once, especially if you're between the ages of like fucking 20 and 34, 35, like I said, just for the nostalgic reasons.
Yeah.
Because there's so many references to shit that was from like the 90s, early 2000s for people like us, for like growing up and shit. Second thing I had on here was Tiny Tina's Wonderland. So gonna go back off to another thing, obviously. So Tiny Tina's Wonderland, Donich and I both bought it because Epic Games Store was running that discount on the game plus an additional discount. So we started playing it. That game's actually a pretty fucking cool vibe. Not gonna lie. I don't know if you had any intentions to play it or not, but I didn't realize it's pretty much just a Dungeon and Dragons kind of mindset, really. But like the cosmetics, the guns and the shit are pretty cool. The it's pretty good so far. Like I haven't actually completely beat it yet, but it's a game that if like, especially on sale for me personally, it's a game worth playing, especially if you have a buddy or two that wants to run it with you.
Yeah. I seen some. My bad. I was handling.
I think you could stack up to 4. No, you good.
Yeah, my bad. I was handling some stuff, but I did see a couple gameplay clips of that. It actually did look pretty interesting. I might get it just because you guys got it, but I wasn't.
It's kind of
going to.
cheesy, but it's a
I
good
did
thing to
see
like
it.
chill with
It looked
friends.
like, yeah, it looked like just a chill, like in between games type game. Yeah, it looked chill.
And like I don't play more than like 2 or 3 hours, and then I'm like, all right, I need to play something else. Like it's not something like I'm gonna play through entirely. And I think like the average time played on that game is only like 18 or 22 hours, somewhere between there.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're gonna be grinding that shit out for hours. It's a good storyline, good game. Another bias I have towards it, which is actually ironic that I watched that movie the same time I fucking bought that game. But Will Arnett is the villain in Tiny Tina's Wonderland, the main villain, and Andy Samberg is one of your sidekicks.
Dude, Andy Samberg is my sidekick.
That'd be lit. Life would be fucking great. Life would be great. But yeah, so like I was like, dude, that's actually the reason. That's the thing that convinced me to actually buy the game. Not even gonna cap. Plus, you get a Fortnite glider if you buy the game off the Epic Game Store.
Wow, dude, a
That's
Fortnite
not
glider,
sponsored.
dude.
It's like not sponsored, dude. I don't know if you've seen that, but it's like a unicorn glider. It's actually kind of cool, but
Oh, that's where you guys got the unicorn glider at.
yeah, if you buy the game, so if you buy it right now, it's like 30 something bucks, and then you get this fucking glider.
I just see you guys running that fucking glider. I didn't know
Bro,
that's where it was from.
That was one thing, like, Donich was, like, complaining about, in a sense. Like, he was like, it's kind of cheesy that they do that. Like, where you had to buy stuff to get stuff. It's like, no, it's not. Like, that's, like, the best marketing concept you could come up with.
Yeah.
You literally tell somebody, if you buy it on my platform where I'm making money off of you buying it, I'll give you something for free.
Yep.
It's a cosmetic.
Yep.
Like that is
'Cause
such a
it's not like they're previewing
strategic
it. It's not
business
like they're
practice.
previewing it in Fortnite. Like, oh, you can get this glider if you go spend $30 on the game. And no, they're like, if you buy this game, by the way, we'll give you something free for another game that you might play. No,
And
I
it's the
agree
same
with
shit
you.
they're doing with Among Us right now, bro. Like that
Yeah.
is such a marketing boss strategy. Like they can afford it too, because Epic made so much fucking money off of Fortnite, obviously. And then last thing before we close out, because I think we're hitting pretty good for an hour and a half, so good stream. The live action Pinocchio. I actually don't have much on this. I just saw that they did a teaser video for it.
It's Amber Heard.
Looks like shit. like I just want to actually be able to say like it looks like it's gonna be a boring ass movie. Nobody's gonna watch until it comes on Disney Plus, and they're gonna watch it because like you were talking about earlier, people already have the subscription. There's nothing new coming out. I'll fucking waste 2 hours of my life to watch this. And I just wanted to say that, to be honest with you. That's like all I have for it. It doesn't.
I honestly thought it was the live action Amber Heard movie the whole time. That's why I was confused.
I honestly, I want her out of Aquaman too, but I would fully support her playing Pinocchio.
100%.
And
100%.
and we diversify, right? Because we're gonna bring Pinocchio in as a woman role,
Yeah, you guys.
changing the gender. Like I think that is great to bring something that is like an iconic like Disney past, and you get to bring in a woman to help like.
Yeah.
Bro, somebody
Honestly,
call Amber Heard.
Amber
Somebody
Heard
call
needs
Disney.
to be
And,
Pinocchio. Amber Heard needs
like-
to be Pinocchio, or I'm not watching it. Honestly,
somebody
I'm
call
gonna
the
start a
Disney
petition.
execs.
I'm gonna start a petition right now. Let's get Amber Heard in to play Pinocchio live
Yeah.
action. Because
Facts.
you can't beat a liar like that. I mean, how are we gonna beat that? We got Amber Heard. She's an actor. She's a liar. She can play Pinocchio. That's the whole point.
No, here is a fact, bro. If you started a petition to play Amber Heard as Pinocchio, you'd get more signatures than the petition to get her out of Aquaman too, bro.
More.
And so people are like, I don't care if she's an Aquaman too. She's a character. But as Pinocchio, dude, people not only because of the memes around it, but just for all the people that hate that bitch for how she is. Like, that shit would blow up. Like, honestly, bro, I think like leave a comment if you think we should start this petition.
Yeah.
I will fucking pay to legally start this petition.
I
It
will
was
pitch it. We will make this happen. We will start a
shit,
petition
bro.
to get
Yeah,
Amber
ladies and
Heard to play live action Pinocchio.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bro, that's not anywhere where I thought this was gonna go
No,
for
I
this
didn't even
conversation.
think about it.
But I'm
It just
so
popped
glad
in
you
my
said
head
that.
when you started saying Pinocchio. I was like, bro, Amber Heard needs to be Pinocchio. Okay. Okay. Oh,
Best
shit.
casting of all time.
Dude, we should be famous for this.
Oh, we should start a petition so that actually happens. I'm more concerned about that. I want people to be like, yeah, we're behind this, bro. I'm putting that shit on TikTok. I'm gonna get TikTok to blow that shit up so I can start a petition to make
Yeah.
Amber Heard
I'll
fucking
make,
Pinocchio.
we'll
man.
make that our short, that little part we did.
That's gonna. That has to be one right there. Because when that blows up and we're writing a petition to get that bitch to be Pinocchio, Disney's gonna be like, well, we fucked him over for Pirates of the Caribbean. This is the least we could do for Jeremy. They can make him- Bro, Disney's gonna feel like so bad. They're gonna force the shit.
No,
Uh,
that's funny as fuck.
all right. Well, on that note, that was a great ending note. Honestly, like,
Yeah.
that's a good way to leave the weekend rolling up hard. But thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. If you're watching this after the fact, leave some comments. Tell us what you want to talk about. If you have some differing opinions, we'll talk about them too. Like, obviously, we're here to talk about whatever you guys like too, because we're here for a diverse concept and also mindset on our things. Like, even him and I don't agree with everything, obviously, as you've seen previously. So leave some comments. Tweet us if you got some questions. Even if it has nothing to do with the podcast, bro, I got free time. Like, I play games. You want to tweet me about some stupid ass shit? I'll respond.
You can hit
I
us
will
up
respond.
on Twitter at Duck the Glock, YouTube at Duck the Glock, obviously on Twitch, Duck the Glock. We got all of our podcasts are going on Buzzsprout, so you can listen to them on all the major podcast channels. Spotify, Apple. I think we got Apple already.
Apple's
right?
not yet.
Yeah,
We're
Apple,
trying to work
Google.
that one out. They're
Some
not.
shit.
They don't make it as easy as everything else.
It's at
But
Duck the
Amazon,
Glock. Amazon,
Pandora, Google, iHeartRadio, Spotify.
And then we got at the
Gotta
Dr.
roll.
Lock on TikTok also. So
Yes, and our TikTok is where we could really connect with the community along with Twitter.
yeah,
So if you want to fucking share our videos, if you want to duet our videos and just react to some shit, like, we will definitely check it out. We'll definitely like it. And we'll leave a comment on our opinions on that shit too. Because the more you guys interact, the more we get to enjoy it because we're actually being able to stay here and connect with people and actually get to have a conversation, which is what we really want to do with the podcast.
Yep.
So thanks for tuning in.
Yep,
Thanks
thank
for
you.
listening. I'm going to go have a great fucking long weekend. I hope
Good
everybody
weekend.
else does. Y'all have a great one. This is Duck. Peace out.
Yep. Glock. Peace.